and welcome to Rosalind's Kitchen. Tonight is brought to you by Doctor Who and the Time Lords. Why? Because a recipe for pot roast pork chop, bone-in pork chops with pearl onion demi, requires me to make things with ingredients I'm to prepare in the future. If this makes sense to you, you are a Time Lord. What do I mean by that? Example. Let me see. All right. Toss roasted carrots with thyme prepared in a later step. How am I going to test them now if I prepare them in the future? Inquiring minds would like to know. But time travel not aside, let's try to make this, okay? Now, I, of course, for bone-in pork chops, must have pork chops. They're pretty good looking. And I have carrots, that get tossed with the thyme. Maybe that's what it is. You toss the carrots with thyme in time. Anyway, I also have a seasoning blend, a demi-glaze, 2 butters, and 2 sour creams, and some more of my zombie green onions. I think the coronavirus is hitting everybody. Oh, and of course the pearl onions. And potatoes, because I'm going to be making mashed potatoes with them. So, let's get this bad boy underway. Okay? All right, taking my future present preparations now, let's start by cutting up my zombie green onions. Now, I'm supposed to put them in separate, the white in one side and the green in another. Now, here's the thing. That's how big my green onions are. So this isn't going to give me a whole lot of white to put into anything, really. But fortunately, the green is mostly to be put in on top of everything. So, I'll be right back. All right, I gotta backtrack because I've run into some timey-wimey future made stuff. I am to cut up my potatoes and boil it in my pan of water here. Now they say cut them up into big chunks, but since it has been my observation that, you know what, I'm gonna peel these. I'll be right back. All right, so probably my mother and just about anybody else who's into nutrition would tell me that peeling off the peel totally destroys the nutritional value of it because all the good nutrients are under the peel. However, I will point out that having a peel on the potato when it's mashed is not very appealing. Pun intended. So I peeled these little guys, and now I'm going to put them in the water here, and I'm going to boil them until they're soft. And then I will mash them with sour cream. Now, when I was growing up, my mother never made mashed potatoes with sour cream. I think it's a really good idea because, you know, the sour cream adds a texture to it that's excellent. But she always used a little milk and a little butter. And I'm curious how many other people, parents or mothers or fathers even, made their potatoes the same way. It's interesting, you know? One should explore the cultural elements of one's audience. So, I'm sure that my friend Daphne will tell me when I see her tomorrow, yay Daphne, exactly what I'm doing wrong today, but that will be in the future, and not even the timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly sort of thing will make it any sooner. So, now that I have my potatoes cut, I will put them on the stove and boil the little suckers. Yay! And while I'm getting down with stuff, I'm going to peel my carrots and slice them up. So, let's do that. Alright, so I peeled the carrots, and now I'm going to cut them up. I've got this bag because, as noted before, I have to toss it with some olive oil, and more particularly the thyme that I haven't done yet, that I haven't had time to do, so to speak. Alright, so it says cut at an angle. Why? I don't know. But at least they're not asking me to make the carrots before I make something else, so, you know. Carrots are not the easiest little suckers to cut sometimes. They are nothing compared to, what was it, turnips, I think? Yeah. It wasn't turnips. What was it that I had such a hard time cutting? It's been so long I don't remember. If any of you remember, please let me know. It was something that I just about could not get through. Anyway, put all these little guys in my bag. Put some olive oil in there. Put the seasoning pack in. Thwarted. And zip up and toss. Don't ask me why I sing opera while I'm doing this kind of stuff, but hey, there it is. Yay! Alright, so now I'm going to pour it out on my tray, my cookie pan. Spread it out into an even single layer. And I am going to bake them at 425 minutes for about 15 to 17 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I'll do this stuff that's supposed to be done before in the past with the, anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get back to the process of trying to salvage green and or white off of my onions. Seriously, I think I need to go to Walmart before next Friday and see if I can find some decent green onions, since Home Chef has kind of disappointed me. Alright, so I mean, really, seriously, look at this teeny tiny little thing. My fingernail is bigger than this, and I'm supposed to get a full thing out of it. It's depressing. It really is. And I'm sure that this is because of the coronavirus. I'm not quite sure how the coronavirus affects teeny tiny little bit of the zombie green onions, but I'm sure that somehow it does. I believe that. Alright, so let me put this. Alright, so the green onion part is used for garnish, and the white is going to be put in, I'm pretty sure in the mashed potatoes themselves. Yeah, there they are. White portion prepared in a later step, and the green goes on the top. So, there you go. I'm just going to set these guys aside. And now I think I'm going to prepare my thyme. Should I sing my usual song of "Time is on my side"? Except I don't think it is in this case, so I guess I can't sing that. Anyway, my bowls are being weird over here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so and stem and mince the thyme, which, I'm sorry, how much more mincing does a thyme leaf need than what's already there when you pull them off their stem? It just seems kind of redundant. But we will give it our best shot, because I'm nothing if not willing to give it a shot to make it the way it's supposed to be. Alright, it has been stemmed, and now my thyme. I had a time jump. Eek! I wonder if that makes me a time doctor, a time lord, or lady. They used to have time ladies. Back when I watched the Fourth Doctor, he had a serious relationship with a time lady. She was pretty cool, Romana. Anyway, that's as much as I'm going to do to that. And let's see what else. Oh, now it's time to get the pork chops ready. So, I'll be right back. I think I accidentally was recording my throwing my thing around. So, anyway, what I was saying is my pan is heating and my potatoes are cooking and my pork chops are waiting. So, I think we're ready. So, the best laid plans of mice and men and all that. So, here we go. Let them cook, they say, for 5 to 7 minutes per side. So, first side, first go. In the category of duh, they tell me to now mix my thyme with my carrots. And they say, baking sheet will be hot, use utensil. Apparently, they didn't think I would know this. So, I'm using a utensil just like they told me to stir in. And now I'm going to put my carrots in an oven to keep warm. Not baking, just warmth. And get back to my pork chops. Alright, so as said earlier, I'm adding my sour cream to my potatoes that have been drained. Hang on. Alright, so sour cream. And the white portion of the zombie green onions. Half my butter. And all right. And now to okay. So let me see, but I think it needs a little salt and a little pepper. And mix. My father keeps telling me I need to taste my food more as I'm making it. And I haven't because my mother discouraged that. But sometimes you just gotta do it. So, shall we move on? Alright, so now I'm going to make my green pearl onion glaze. So, add a little bit more olive oil to this. I've returned it to medium heat. Put my pearl onions in there. Scoop them around a little bit, let them get hot. Says about a minute. So, scoop, 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 scoop. This has been a very interesting meal, I have to admit. We'll see how it tastes, but it has been most exciting to try and do because you seem to be trying to do 3 things at the same time. So, warm up, little onions, warm up. Alright, so they should be warm enough now. Now I put in my demi-glaze. Which, by the way, if you've ever tried to find demi-glaze, you know, like in a store, it's 1, hard to find, and 2, is expensive. It's just not what you would normally just like go out and go, hey, you know, I think I need a little demi-glaze. So anyway, now let these guys simmer for a little bit. And then I will put in my butter and I will plate my dish. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. Carrots.